GeForce Now and Stadia at 4K here. Can you tell which side is which? And if you stick around, we might even have a giveaway code for you as well. Hey Cloud Gamers, and welcome to the Cloud Gaming Extreme channel. Today we're looking at Rainbow Six Extraction at full 4K. On Stadia we've got the 4K resolution mode, and on the RTX 3080 GeForce NOW Tier we're running full ultra settings, fixed 100% resolution and DLSS off. So can you tell which side is which here, considering they should both be a full 4K image? Well, if you haven't managed to guess or work it out, Google Stadia's 4K resolution mode is on the left here, and GeForce NOW's 3080 tier is on the right. Now it is worth noting that both of these are actually running on the Shield TV Pro. The Stadia Android app is now running at 4K native on the Shield TV Pro. However, it still thinks that the Shield TV does not have HDR or 5.1 surround sound, so the best way to play 4K is still through the Chromecast Ultra. So as we hit the freeze frame here to look at the environment and effects in more detail, pay close attention to the black gunk on the walls here. You will see a very distinct difference between the Stadia version and the RTX 3080 version. As we would kind of expect, the RTX 3080 is running a true 4K resolution here, where I would hazard a guess that even in the 4K resolution mode, although it says 4K, that this really is 1440 upscaled, or maybe a combination somewhere in between 1080 and 1440, as Stadia really does not look as crisp and clear here. As I said, GeForce Now is at the 100% fixed resolution, so it's definitely a 4K image coming through. Frames per second wise, Stadia is capped at 30 frames per second in the resolution mode, and it really does show when we're moving around, and if you are used to a higher resolution, it really does feel very janky. As you can see on GeForce Now side, we are getting 60 plus frames per second a lot of the time, and we'll see that a bit more when we come full screen, but we do dip down because that DLSS is not enabled. So as we come full screen on Stadia, we'll see that resolution up close and personal. Now on a TV screen this does look very good, and until you put it up against something like 3080, it does look like it would be a 4K image. However, once you put that on a decent screen, on a monitor for example, you really do see that drop in resolution. And this is where Stadia really plays into the TV technology, which is more than good enough for a lot of people, as long as you can put up with that 30 frames per second. If you do want the 60 frames per second, you need to go into the high frame rate mode, which will drop the resolution down to 1080, but it does unlock that 60 frames per second at the cost of some other visuals as well. But as you can see here in the 4K mode, it does perform very well. There is no latency and there's been no hiccups. It's just that 30 frames per second I really find hard to swallow these days, considering the pace of the game. When you're moving around so much, that 30 frames per second just doesn't feel nice. As we switch over to the RTX 3080 version, you'll see that the frames per second from the Ubisoft overlay are up in the top left, and when we have a lot of this black gunk around and some hefty effects going on, we do dip under that 60 frames per second occasionally. Those thinking about the 120 frames per second, remember the Shield TV is capped at 60 for now, but we are getting a native 4K resolution, and that black gunk really does show it off. Just look at how clear the lines are and the lighting effects on all of that gunk, floor, ceiling, and even in the distance. If you do want higher frames per second, you can enable DLSS. I have it disabled currently to get that full resolution, so you would easily be able to push 120 frames per second with DLSS enabled in any mode. Now, some of you may have noticed there is a small overlay down in the bottom left on the Shield TV Pro. This is an issue that Nvidia is looking at. They are aware, and this only seems to affect the Ubisoft Plus subscription users, but hopefully this will be resolved by the time you see this video. And as an extra thank you from GeForce Now, they've also given us a key to give away. So if you want a chance to get Rainbow Six Extraction for free, then check out our Discord giveaways channel and you can enter the giveaway there, which will be active for 3 days after this video has launched. As we come back side by side, we can really see those differences up close. That 60 frames per second really makes a difference moving around, but the extra quality on the GeForce Now really does shine, especially when it's right next to Stadia. As I said, if you are just playing Stadia on a TV, it is still going to look exceptionally good. It's only when we put it up against things like the 3080 tier that we really see that quality difference. And of course there is quite a price difference. If you're using Ubisoft Plus, you're going to be able to play this on both GeForce NOW and Stadia, so you will be able to pick it up on either, and it does have cross-play and cross-progression, so you can mix and match as you please. However, for the subscription side there is a bit of a price difference. For Stadia Pro you will be paying $10 a month. For the RTX 3080 tier you will need to be paying $90 every 6 months. So if you want that higher performance you will need to pay that bit extra. Let us know in the comments below if you're going to be playing on GeForce NOW or Stadia and what you think of the quality difference in general. Thanks for watching, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things cloud gaming, and we will see you next time.